Hello, my name is Maddy from Cornell University, and I'll be presenting on behalf of Cornell, Rutgers, and CCMI, Central Caribbean Marine Institute. My poster is titled Mapping Corals on the Edge of Existence on Little Cayman. The focus of this project was to map edge species of corals. EDGE stands for Evolutionarily Distinct and Globally Endangered. These are very special species, and they deserve to be paid attention to, because if you can identify sites that have high edge species diversity or high edge species prevalence, you can look at these sites for monitoring over long term. So here you just have 8 of the edge species that are found around the island of Little Cayman, which is in the Caribbean. This is quite unique to Little Cayman. There are only 9 edge species in the whole of the Caribbean, and on Little Cayman you can find 8 of them. That's why this island is such a great place to do these kinds of surveys. This image up top shows specifically 2 of the major edge species that were found on Little Cayman, the 2 acroporids, staghorn coral and elkhorn coral. These 2 are notably special edge species because of the environment they provide for other reef organisms and because of their recent decline. This figure here shows all of the edge species that we managed to map. How we did our mapping is we had teams of scuba divers go down a mooring line and take 25-meter transects and marking down where and how big they found each edge species of coral. So you can see along the bottom of the island here, we have a lot of these properids. And up top, where we did our surveys, we have a bunch of different edge species that we were looking for. This is a close-up on what we have up here. We surveyed 5 dive sites specifically. Each of these little symbols indicates a different edge species, and their color indicates their relative prevalence. So for example, something that was green was found much more commonly than something that was yellow, than something that was orange, than something that was red. The ones that are not colored means that they were not found at all. It's interesting to note how certain edge species are found on all of the dive sites, but certain are not. If this method for finding edge species and for mapping them was expanded, perhaps larger trends around the island and around other islands could be examined and observed. This information was also uploaded onto an interactive Google map, which means that anyone, any scientist or person from the general public can access this data, can see where edge species are found, and how common they are around the island. This kind of monitoring has great potential future impacts for people who want to do long-term monitoring of specific sites that have high species diversity around not just the Caribbean, around the world on reefs. I would like to thank Dr. Christy Foster for her guidance on this project, all the staff at CCMI and the Rutgers program for sending me down to stay at Central Caribbean Marine Institute.